It's your girl, Becky the Poet. Welcome to Stay One Up with Unspoken Words. We have special guests.
Maximilian, what's up?
So we've had him on the show before on the Unspoken Words podcast. And you're like, wait, what happened to the podcast? No, the podcast is still going on, you guys. In honesty, Stay One Up is here for events, interviews for music, and just anything you want besides poetry, because poetry's important to me, so I'm just go ahead and branch out to something else. But we have official Maximilian here. If you don't know him, he's from episode 23 of Unspoken Words. We were talking about a lot about networking there and how he's from a small city from Duncanville. And if you're like don't remember him, you're like, oh wait, I've seen him perform before. Yeah, he was at the Unspoken Words Podiversary, the very first one though, not the second one, the very first one.
Yeah,
and he came through with a live band, and he came through with the energy. He even brought his mom through for the whole interview, not the interview, but for the performance. You know, I thought that was pretty amazing. So we're back here together.
Yeah.
We're sitting next to each other. It's been a whole year. I haven't seen you in a whole year. I think the last time I saw you was at Photo Culture Studio after the Podiversary. And then I think we kind of just been busy and working and stuff. So you reach out to me. You got a new song coming out,
Earthly Love.
Also you just dropped Pray. The video was really dope. I saw the behind the scenes stuff, and then I saw the actual video, and I was like, man, this video doesn't look anything of what I just saw behind the scenes. So it was really good. Your video guy did a great job with that, and your the message within the video was amazing.
Yeah.
It's something that I would probably play in my car whenever I'm having a rough day. I'll tell you that.
Thank you.
I love the way your lyrical skills and your music kind of really is real life. You don't ever sugarcoat anything. You don't talk about what people want in life. You know, the golds, the money, the girls, and stuff. You don't really talk about that, and I really appreciate that about you. But tell them what you've been working on while you've been dug down.
Yeah, so honestly, my team and I, we've been working on this project right now that we're getting ready to release here in the summertime, and we just been throwing singles out. You just heard Pray.
Yeah.
And then we have Earthly Love that we just dropped. Go stream it, go listen to it now, available now. And we've been head down focused on this project right now. So we got a couple more singles coming, but after that, the project is just coming out the way.
So I've been listening to Earthly Love for a week now, and I listened on my way here. You're the guy who sings on there.
Yeah, shout out to Maurice. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Because I was wondering, he has an amazing.
No, that was me. I did all the vocals.
Okay.
No,
I was just saying the guy had an amazing voice. I was telling you that, and
yeah.
I think it was I couldn't even I haven't heard this kind of energy from any other music artist I've listened to, but I thought it was really amazing. It's something like the instrumental's dope, but the message, if you listen to the lyrics, it's totally opposite from what the sound is, right? So you and I talked about this behind closed doors of it being kind of related to being a toxic relationship.
Right.
I was really listening to your parts when you were rapping about it. You were really real and open about your relationship in the past of how it was in the situation. So you want to go ahead and talk about it a little bit?
Yeah. So, the first verse, I talk about, me basically dealing with a woman who I love, but in the end result of the relationship, she's giving me bad feelings about her. No matter how much I try, the relationship is just going down here.
Right.
And in the second verse, it goes into the fact that eventually she just starts trying to tarnish my character. She's calling me out on social media. We're no longer having personal conversations. Everything is going to social media now.
Right. And I kind of want to be real with you, being I follow you on social media, and I keep up with your stuff, and I saw that. Yeah. And I was just man, he must be going through some real stuff. And it's kind of one of those things, I see it, but since we're not on the level of hey man, how's it going and stuff, I was just I'll just go leave him alone. Yeah. But I also saw you were channeling that energy into positive things as well too, as for working out and whatnot.
Yeah.
But you kind of handle it pretty well. From what I saw on social media, I don't know what happened on the other side of that.
Yeah.
But
a lot of bullshit. That's what happened. A lot of bullshit. But if you could bleep that out, but
it's okay. I'll have the guide.
Really, it's crazy that me and you have that relationship to where it's you can still, you're not just a podcast, you're not just a person who interviews me, you actually check in on my day-to-day life. You watch what I do, and you take an actual genuine care. And even though you didn't say anything, I can understand that as a person, I really do rock with you, because every single time we're not talking, you still reach out, you still ask me if I'm doing good. But during the entire process of last year, around this exact time, it was narcissism, it was manipulation. It was her doing things hypocritical, and I even had a part to play. But at the end of the day, I believe that as adults, we should have just handled it like adults if we truly wanted to be together.
Right. So has she heard this song?
I don't know. I really don't care. When she does hear the song, people are gonna feel their way. But I mean, it's just my story. She told her side of the story, right. And I waited a whole year literally, and now I'm telling my side. Well, that's
good. You waited a whole year. Good that you didn't go into it full fire, because I'm pretty sure a lot of things could have been aired out, which wasn't a great thing.
Of course.
But I was saying, going into your song again, listening to the second verse, you talked about how you ran into a deeper situation, and I kind of saw what happened, and on social media, I didn't see you at all. And I was like, man, it kind of makes sense now. I mean, how did you feel coming out of that situation afterwards?
Well, a lot of people don't know, but, I ended up getting locked up. And I was, I left social media alone for probably 2 months, 3 months.
Right.
And I didn't get on for a while because I felt depressed. I felt
and I don't think social media is a good friend for you to reach out after
it's not. I felt depressed. I felt I just felt real low, and people who I thought were friends were they didn't even want to hear my side of the story. They just kept trying to attack me, and so I took that moment to get my life together, and I wrote my entire project in those 2 months.
Wow.
And after that, during the summertime, I came back around October, and that's when I started Tease and Pray, and play and pray on social media.
When you came back really strong. Your grind was, I saw it. You're dang, I'm not gonna let anything stop me. Yeah. You were in the studio, I saw that. You released behind the scenes, I saw that. You're doing casting calls, getting people to get involved with your music video. I think that was really amazing.
Thank you.
And then the way you promote yourself on social media, and the way you just kind of just work out here trying to get your name out there, I think it's really amazing. I think a lot of people should kind of watch that. I mean, you don't show a lot, which is great also too. It makes you wonder, but you show enough to the point where this guy out here is working.
Thank you.
Besides what's Earthly Love, what do you have in the future coming out? Are you dropping the whole album after that, or are you just gonna keep releasing singles?
One more single, and then the project comes.
What's the single title? I just want to know.
Well, I don't want to get rid of the project name, but the single is called Broke.
Okay.
Because this entire project is not just about this woman. See, in order for a relationship to be toxic, your mind is toxic first.
Right.
And I believe that as people, we all have some sense of blame to play in any situation.
Right.
So the next single, it talks about, a poverty mindset in the sense of me being, broke. So yeah.
So I know that kind of leads into real life stuff. So how do you feel airing out pretty much everything that you're going through in life? Are you afraid of what people might say about you? Are you ever afraid of how people will change their thought of you?
Well, that comes with being, I wouldn't say hero, but being, an everyday person.
Right.
Everybody's shit stinks. Nobody wants to admit that they have skeletons in their closet.
Right.
Everybody likes to smile, get on camera, and show the good stuff, but I seen this picture on social media one time where it said, this is the representation of social media, and it was an apple, and on the other side of the apple it was bitten into.
Okay.
And that is my philosophy on everyone. We all have something bad, but it takes a good friend, a good person to say, you know what, in spite of that bad or that past day, that doesn't define your entire life.
Right.
You can be better than than that mistake that you made.
Right.
And to answer your question on the term of me being afraid, no. For a while I was, a couple months I was, but
did it ever make you want to kind of hesitate to actually release this kind of stuff?
Yeah, it did. But at times, I had to realize that, what, if I'm gonna tell the truth, then the truth has three sides. It has your story, my story, and then the truth. So no matter what anybody says, at the end of the day, I feel totally good as a person knowing that I can now walk the streets. I can get up in the morning without feeling depressed. I can go work out again with a clear mind. I used to listen to other music and my mind would be so messed up because the relationship.
Right.
A relationship can do that to you. But now, I get up, I got a smile on my face, I'm kicking with my manager, and I'm just out here working on new music, feeling happy. So
well, that's good.
Yeah.
So when is this releasing? Can you give us the date?
We don't have that date yet because we're still working on
you guys, man.
Yeah, we're working on this project right now. We were a couple more songs done, but we just throwing these singles out here to see how people take them.
Nice. So, well, I mean, I feel like you guys have been having good feedback. Is that correct?
Yeah, of course. A lot of people love Pray. so much so that I was heading to work, and one of my homeboys called me, and I usually don't talk to this dude. His name's Ken. He called me. He was like, "Dog, that song was the shit." I was like, "Thank you, bro. I appreciate that." Like, because knowing that I put in so much work over the summer by recording songs and just finally, you know, mastering them.
Right.
Putting that first single out, because I haven't dropped a song since last February.
Lord, it's been a while.
Yeah. So I dropped Pray around January. Just knowing that I haven't said nothing for almost a year, and there's people out there listening, coming back saying, "Man, you really have something to say. I appreciate it. Like, I rock with you."
I will say that people like the poets from the Podiversary from the first showcase, they, you know, they were still asking about you. You know, I have like Amore's like, "Hey, yo."
Yeah.
I was like, "Hey, I'm doing this thing, so and so," and Max will be on the first art of it. And she's like, "Oh yeah, I love the way he works. I like his music." So like more the artist was asking about you too. So I think it's pretty dope. You know, you still have a great supporting fan base out here in Dallas, also supporting artists, supporting you.
Yeah.
So that's amazing.
Hey, you remember the For the Culture Studio show that we did, the last one that we did?
Yeah.
That had to be my last. I think that was my last.
Yeah, that was
show.
the last time I saw you.
But I came out with a bang on that show. Like, had the whole band behind me. You know, really came out with the saxophone player. And with this project that I'm working on right now.
What, do you got a whole freaking concert behind you now?
We coming with it. You know.
No,
you saw me do something at that performance. You ain't.
No, I like the live band aspect. You know, I had a live band for my Podiversary thing, and I was like, all right, that's cool. But I think I didn't highlight the band as I wanted to. You know, it's a different interaction when it comes down to like an event and actually performing in front of a band. But I see like music artists who perform with a DJ and whatnot. I think it's great. You know, if they have a DJ who's cohesive with them and like, all right, he knows when he's gonna do this and that, like make the dramatic sound effects, whatever. But your live band is like your family. You guys communicate very well.
Of course.
I think also your live band, if I'm correct, that you record with them in studio.
Yeah,
is that
of course.
correct?
Shout out to G, Garland, Garrett. Shout out to RJ, saxophone player. You know, these are the people who go out with me, and especially RJ. You know, RJ is always finding a new show, so I really, you know, I love the fact that you do that. But Garland and Garrett, you know, Garrett is a family man, but he can fuck up them drums.
Work harder.
Oh yeah,
that's good,
man.
That's a great team.
Shout out to Garland.
That's a great team that people. I think all music artists strive to have that. You know, have that like, yo, I need somebody to make me beats all the time, because I feel like if you had somebody do that for you all the time, you have no point but to write all the time. Or just write to that, even if it sucks or not. I mean, eventually you'll have a good track, right? For everybody could create together.
Of course.
So besides all the album stuff and the music videos and whatnot, do we see anything about like maybe a documentary about your life and what you've been through?
Yeah, of course. Me and him right now, we're actually getting together a mental therapy thing going on for people who are struggling with abusive relationships or toxic relationships. And we're trying to get together some seminars for people who are struggling. Because last night I was on a podcast with a person, and shout out to Clarity Music Group.
Okay.
We talked about mental health, and he basically made it known to me that he goes to therapy to this day due to his last relationship.
Wow.
A relationship will have effect on your health if we're with the wrong people. And so I know I'm doing something big with this project. It doesn't have to be, you know, global, but the fact that I know that 2 people, 3 people can listen to the song, even for you to listen to Pray and say that it's a song you can listen to on a bad day.
Yeah. I
know I'm doing something with this project, you know? Yeah.
Well, that's good. And that'll be a big deal, because I know a lot of people right now, mental health is a big ordeal to them. I think people are now comfortable enough to say like, hey, I go to therapy, or I've been to therapy, or I've talked to somebody. And I think it's a big happy ordeal, just because we all have issues within ourselves that we don't always discuss with people around us. But I'm not saying talking to strangers any better, but someone who can help you, I guess, organize your thoughts to make it easier for us to, all right, walk a little bit differently. I'll tell you that. I know sometimes when it comes to our significant others or who we've been with, it kind of can like ruin us in the future. And then I feel like we don't always acknowledge that we do need help sometimes coming out of a relationship, or even sometimes currently with ourselves. You know, we walk into relationships all the time thinking that we're okay, and like, hey, look, I'm good. I just left this other relationship. I'm over it. I'm over them, blah, blah, blah. And then walk into a new one. And in all reality, you just realize that you just kind of just covered it up.
And brought a lot of bullshit to the next relationship.
And then I think it's not fair to the both of like whoever, right?
Yeah, of course.
But if you were to give people advice about coming out of a toxic relationship or being in one or anything, what would you tell them?
Well, you know, me personally, I'm not gonna lie, I like women. But you know, when it comes to me trying to get myself together, I want to be in a relationship, but I just had this talk with my manager. It's like, I know right now my priorities are two different things.
Right.
Number one, I'm trying to put out a project. It takes so much time and so much energy to be in the studio to where even if I find that woman who I like, she's gonna have to understand my grind and my work ethic. And part of, to tell you the truth, about 70 to 80% of people don't want to understand, because by nature, as humans, we're selfish. We want it to ourselves. We want that person to be down for us. And so my best advice is that, honestly, work on yourself, and work on yourself so hard to where when you look up, that person is, you don't have to make too much conversation. They already understand you. They see you working on yourself, and they respect the fact that you're working on yourself. And so since they respect it, they're going to respect the fact that they want to be with you. You know, they're not going to be selfish about it. So, yeah.
That's really good. Hope you guys are listening.
Hope so. Yeah.
Also, to find more of your music, where can they find?
I'm everywhere. I'm TikTok.
TikTok.
I'm
what is
everywhere.
that now?
Where I'm goddamn everywhere. If you can't find me, then I'll call you and I'll tell you where you can find me at. Shoot.
But follow him on Instagram or social media, Official Maximilian. He's also on Spotify, Official Maximilian.
Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah.
So listen to his stuff. Show him some love. Tell him that Stay One Up from Unspoken Words sent you. I am Becky the Poet. This is Official Maximilian, and we out.